Okay, hi. So someone on Reddit asked me to record some Square-1 fingertrick things because there are not many resources out there, and it specifically asks for beginner algorithms, the ones you will learn first when you start with Square-1. And I think I'm going mostly through the ones from on the Andy Cleese's PDF. I might switch some Algs because I don't know them or never used them, whatever. And I have to say I'm not the best with Square-1 fingertricks. I would even say some of them are quite horrible. But you might still learn some things that you can apply to other algorithms you will learn in the future for Square-1. So let's get started. The first thing I want to show is an M2. An M2 is basically 1 0 slash -1 -1 slash 1 1. And it swaps these two edges with these two edges, and you can use it to orient two corners. So again, grab it like this, then the -1 I do with this hand, and at the same time I push with my whole hand the -1 on the bottom, and then I'm finished. You can do that really fast. You could also do it backwards, misalign the bottom layer, but I almost never use that. And for the other thing I want to show, let me set it up. So Andy shows an algorithm to swap this with this. I would recommend to swap UR with DB, and I will edit in the algorithm later or put it in the description. So I push like this for the 1 0, then a 3, I push again with this index finger. Then for that I kinda drag the top layer with my right hand and also push a little bit because my index finger is not quite there yet. Then you do an M2, -2, and on the bottom I push with my ring finger like this, and you're done. Show it one more time. Push. What did I do? Okay, one more time because I fucked up. M2. So the next thing I want to show is current permutation Algs. And this is a J-perm. It's the same as on the 3x3. It was the same piece, but obviously the algorithm is different. So it's just a bunch of free moves. And free moves I often do with pushes or flicks. And most Square-1 beginner algorithms consist of free moves, and you can do them easily with a little bit of practice. 1, 2, or 3 moves are quite easy. If it's a 4 or 5 move, it's getting harder. But most of the beginner algorithms are just a bunch of 3 moves alternating, which is also the case for the J-perm. And so we want to swap these tones first on the top, and I grab it like this, move this both layers at the same time, then I have to re-grab. And if you know the E-perm on the 3x3, I do the same thing here with my left ring finger to move it like this. And on the bottom, it's the same logic, like this. And here I kind of drag again with my whole hand, so I can do the slice from here So I can do the slice move again easily. And the thing I did at the beginning is a double J. So I have J on top and J on bottom. So I'm gonna swap these two and these two. It's only about the corners, not about the edges. So it's quite important that you can turn both layers at the same time as you saw in the last algorithm. And here it's, I will use it again. So I start by grabbing it like this, to the -3 with the index. And here I push with the whole hand. At the same time I use my ring finger from the left hand to push on the bottom. Let's show that one more time. It's important that your right hand, who does the slice turning, is in position for the next slice. So if I wouldn't do this top turn like this, or much rather like this, I would have to regrip, which is bad most of the time. Sometimes regrips are good, but I try to avoid them as much as possible. And what I forgot to mention is you want to try to alternate your slice move. One goes up and the next one goes down. Sometimes I start with a downward move and then an upward move, but you want to alternate between these two. And your right hand should always be in position for the next slice here. Okay, let's move on to EPs. Yeah, let's show this one first. Oh, I use another one. Okay, okay, I don't know this one. Swap these two with these two, adjacent, adjacent. This is an algorithm I would say I'm not good at, because most of these algorithms I don't use anymore because I switched methods. But here you can see I push with my thumb here. I'm gonna show it one more time. You can find so many ways to do this algorithm, so I wouldn't settle with mine. And U-perms. You hold the bar in front, and this is a clockwise U-perm. Oh man. Let me do it one more time because it's hard to do slowly. I can't remember the algorithms. Push here. And this one move I do again with the whole drag from my hand. Then push with the index. You see, there's also a lot of alternating these moves on the bottom again. Show it one more time. Clockwise. And the other way around, it's just the inverse. For the counterclockwise, U-perm. I don't think I can execute it any slower because I forgot the algorithm. But I start again with this misaligned top layer. I mostly push like this with the index for that. Or sometimes after an algorithm you're already in that position that the layer is misaligned. Rarely I grab it like this, grab it here, and then push with these fingers. Yeah. Let's get on to the parity alg. Set it up. You swap these two, and the equator will also be flipped. So and here comes this whole drag, again from the top layer. And then here I push with my left index. But there are many other videos about Square-1 parity execution out there who do a better job than I do, I think. Just one thing. If your equator is already correct, you want to cancel into the equator flip on the bottom layer at the end. So I fucked up, I think. Yeah. Let me quickly fix that. I know. Okay. Start is normal. And here you would finish like this. But when you're here, I find it even easier because my my left ring finger is already here, and pushing it is harder than dragging it to the front. And just do like that. So, what else is there left to say? Let me quickly check. Oh, that was the wrong alg. I'm sorry if this is totally unorganized, but I finally found time to do it, and I didn't want to script anything. Okay, maybe an end perm on top. There are more CPs. This is an end perm, and you have a want to swap these two corners, or yeah, you just have you don't have headlights. Hold it like this. Then I push with this and this. Then drag with the whole hand. Okay, then there's JN. You have a J perm on top and then bottom. You hold the bar on the left. And here is the one of the rare algorithms where I start with a backward, downward slash. Push with this finger here. Then with this finger. Then there's the mirror of that, where you have J on bottom and on top. Push with this index. And you can see my fingers just alternating between these two moves, and my right hand is doing that. Maybe NN. You have N on top, N on bottom, and what you can do is 3, 3 minus whatever, and then back. What I recently learned is, I realized it's much easier to finger trick in my opinion, is you do the first moves in the other direction, me show that again. Push with both these fingers, then go down, and then I have my thumb here, I'll just push. And what I want to show maybe is AUF and ADF. So let's say you're left with a U-perm and a U2 afterwards. You can see this bar stays here and you need to do a U2 afterwards. So do the algorithm. And what I often find myself doing is I kind of drag the whole hand like this for a U and a U2. For a U prime, I push, I just do a flick with my left hand. And let's see, no wait. Something like this. Yeah, you can have U perm, but the other direction, it doesn't matter. And you have a D prime and a U prime. So like this at the end. Let's do the algorithm. What I do here is push with my left index and here drag with my thumb. It's kind of hard at the beginning. So my thumb would normally be here, so I just push it right here. I place it right here, and then I can push it. The other direction is even more easy. Like this. You have a U and a D. So here, I know I have to do this drag, and here I just do the normal flick. And you can do this while putting down the puzzle quite easily and stopping the timer. I think that is everything I wanted to say. It was quite long. Maybe I'll show an example solve, but it will be with a different method. So yeah, it's not Vandenberg, but some of the finger tricks are the same, especially cube shape. So let me count real quick so I don't get parity at the end. Okay, so what I need to do is connect them like this. And how was it? I can't remember really. It was like this. So I need to do a -2 on the top and the bottom like a 6, I think. So for this, just do that. And I put my thumb here on top of the equator. So I can turn really precise because it automatically stops here. The edges go through, but then it stops at this position. And on the bottom I just two flicks. I can't do the 2 double flicks, unfortunately. Then I need a 2 on the bottom. And this is the bad part. So grab it like this. Then I need to do a 3. And I looked at my hand here, doesn't move. So I don't put any pressure here with the middle finger. So it stays there. So I can do the downward push after that. Okay, I'm not sure if this is worth showing, but I need to bring this down here and then do a 2 minus 1. So I do it like this, push with my finger, and again I push with my whole hand on the bottom layer. This regroup was unnecessary, but whatever. Oh. And a U-perm, and I need to do a U-prime afterwards. So just like that. Yeah, I think that's enough. Leave a comment if you want to see anything specific, and have fun with Square-1. Bye.